This is Jared East from thereligionteacher.com. The works of mercy are ways in which we are able to live out that great commandment to love thy neighbor as ourselves. The two greatest commandments according to Jesus: love God, love your neighbor. Mercy is a way of showing love to those who need it the most. There's 7 corporal works of mercy, and there's several spiritual works of mercy according to the Catholic Church. The spiritual works of mercy, of course, are for the spirit, for the mind, for the heart, for the soul. Then there's these corporal works of mercy, which apply to the physical needs, the body. Corporal means body. So I'm going to draw a picture of a person's body here, because all of these ways in which we can love by showing mercy express needs of the body. So I know there's a lot of them. We're going to go through each one of them real quickly just to look at how can we love our neighbor. These works of mercy, the corporal works of mercy, the ones from the body, are actually taken from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 25, in which Jesus describes the judgment in which he will separate the sheep from the goats, the people who have sinned and the people who have not. And he describes the time in which he'll say to the people who have followed him, you have done these things for me when you do them for others. And the others that have sinned were surprised. They were surprised because they thought all they had to do was love God, when really we need to love our neighbor as well. By looking at the people who are hungry or thirsty and seeing God in them. So the 7 corporal works of mercy, the works of mercy dealing with the body, are feed the hungry, give drink to the thirsty, help someone who doesn't have access to food or doesn't have access to water especially, making sure we're doing our best to give those things to them, clothe the naked, donating clothing, giving clothing to those who are in poverty and who are poor, shelter the homeless, again, dealing with poverty, supporting your local homeless shelters in your communities, visiting the sick. Being sick is painful, but having that compassionate visit of love from others makes a big difference. So visiting the sick, whether it's in hospitals or in nursing homes, visiting those who are in prison. Remember, this is about mercy. And people who are in prison have done something wrong, but by visiting them, there's many ministries that are going into prison ministries, which are showing people who have done something wrong mercy, which they may not have experienced otherwise. And then finally, giving dignity to the people who have died by giving them proper burials. So those are mercy towards the body. Here's mercy towards people who are in spiritual need. The first one here is counsel the doubtful. If someone is unsure of what decision to make, giving them some good advice or helping them make better decisions. Instructing the ignorant is teaching somebody who may not, even the basics of math or English or whatever you might be gifted at, teaching them or helping them understand ideas. Admonishing the sinners would mean correcting someone who does something wrong with grace and with mercy, and not making them feel bad, but showing maybe a mistake that they made. Comforting the sorrowful would be helping someone feel that you are there for them when they are sad. Not trying to fix the situation, but just being there right next to them in that sorrowful need. Forgiving offenses, when someone does something wrong against us, forgiving them. That's literally what mercy is, right? Forgiveness for those people who have done something wrong towards us. And not only that, but bearing those wrongs patiently. When someone does something wrong to us, or even somebody annoys us in some ways, by bearing those wrongs patiently, we show mercy. And then finally, similar to burying the dead, is pray for the living and the dead. We show a spiritual works of mercy by praying for people who are both alive and praying for the dead, that they can be with God in heaven. So those are the 14 total works of mercy, ways in which we can live out that call to love our neighbor, and by loving our neighbor, also loving God. Go make disciples. God bless.